και ήρθε η ώρα να δούμε ποια ταινία μας κίνησε το ενδιαφέρον για αυτή την εβδομάδα. Η αγαπημένη ενότητα των Cinefil φιλοξενεί σήμερα μια άκρως επίκαιρη ταινία. Four Christmases ή διαφορετικά Χριστούγεννα στα 4. Με τη Reese Witherspoon και το Vince Vaughn. Πάμε να δούμε το τρέιλερ μαζί με σας και εγώ φυσικά, γιατί σκέφτομαι να πάω απόψε το βράδυ να τη δω.
Hey, Dad.
Mom, hey.
Listen, Mom, I got bad news. We're not going to be able to make it tomorrow.
It's me.
No one was more upset than we were last year that she got. Do I have to deal with the situation?
Every year, Brad and Kate spend the holidays avoiding their families.
No flights are coming in and no flights are going out.
This isn't happening. Do you have a sister airline?
No, I'm sorry. How about a cousin airline?
No, we don't.
How about like an airline that your airline's felt up before?
But this year,
Where are you headed for the holidays?
they'll be forced to celebrate
Hi, Mom.
It's my dad.
They just saw us on the news.
with all of them.
Okay, he's gonna give you a big hug when he sees you, Mom.
I'm not hugging
But
anybody.
he's very excited about the hug.
From New Line Cinema,
We just got to get through these 4 Christmases as quickly and as painlessly as possible.
Merry Christmas, Mom.
Hey, Dad.
Good to see you, Mom. Merry Christmas, Dad. Kate, these are my brothers, Denver and Dallas. You must be Orlando's girl.
Orlando?
We're all named after the cities that we were conceived in.
That's disgusting.
Oh, my God.
4 families,
Bradley, I'm not trying to be your father. I'm hoping for a chance to be your friend.
Well, you were my friend. You were my best friend. But now you're sleeping with my mom, and it's a little bit weird for me.
one day,
That's you?
Mom, did you put that on the mantle? I love that photo.
You look huge.
I ate my feelings, Brad.
She must have had a lot of bad feelings.
no mercy.
You left me in the jump to die.
I thought you were waving at me like, hey, I'm getting past my fears. What would cross my mind over this to think that you could possibly be getting shanked by 4-year-olds?
This holiday season,
How can you really appreciate someone for who they are unless you know them?
My brothers, they're trained UFC fighters.
Soldier boy, soldier boy!
You're a sissy.
all they want for Christmas
I just got to adjust it. Hold the damn thing. Too much.
is an exit strategy. Vince Vaughn, Reese Witherspoon,
Hello! Did Jags and projectile?
Tell me about it.
4 Christmases.
You got to get out of here. I can't breathe. I want to do it too.
Η περσινή ενότητα Stars Close Up γίνεται The VIP's Diary, δηλαδή το ημερολόγιο των επωνύμων που εμείς τα ξεφυλίζουμε έτσι για να μαθαίνουμε τις ζωές τους από μια πιο κοντινή ματιά. Για αυτή την εβδομάδα θα δούμε τη ζωή ενός ζευγαριού που πολλοί προσπαθούν να μιμηθούν και εδώ στην Ελλάδα αλλά και στο εξωτερικό και είναι πρότυπο του στυλ. Μιλάω για την Posh και τον Beck, δηλαδή τη Victoria και τον David Beckham, τώρα στις οθόνες σας.
She's a pop princess.
Hi, we're the Spice Girls.
He's the most famous athlete in the world.
I'm so excited right now. I love Beckham.
But their super celebrity came with a downside.
There was starting to be a backlash against Victoria because you are famous and you're rich and you're beautiful. Eventually, the media are going to turn on you.
I have been knocked a lot and people have said, can't sing, can't dance. I always say, oh, it doesn't bother me, it doesn't. But it does.
David Beckham went from hero to zero with one flick of his foot. People were putting effigies of him in public houses and hanging him.
This decision has been the most difficult of my career to date.
This is the story of 2 people who redefine the meaning of power couple. Victoria Caroline Adams was born on April 17, 1974, to Jacqueline and Anthony Adams. Dad was a former musician who made millions selling electrical products.
Victoria Beckham grew up in relative affluence in a middle-class area called Gospel Oak in Hertfordshire. In England, the Adams would be called nouveau riche. That is to say that they've just got their money and they want everybody to know how wealthy they are.
Always on her own. I think Victoria's sort of lack of friends and lack of sort of closeness with people definitely was the drive that she needed to become famous.
While Victoria lived in the lap of luxury, David Robert Joseph Beckham toughed it out in Leytonstone, England. Born on May 2, 1975, David was the second child of Ted and Sandra Beckham.
David Beckham was just a working-class lad whose father was a gas fitter from the East End. They grew with no airs and graces.
Ted Beckham was a rabid soccer enthusiast. By the time David entered Chase Lane Elementary School, he was a fan too. David's exceptional skill caught the eye of soccer coach Stuart Underwood. David entered a nationwide soccer tournament.
He was the youngest boy in the competition. There was boys up to the age of 15 in it, and David won it. They rang me up and said that, you know, I've won. Oh, he was excited.
After his victory, scouts zeroed in on the young soccer star. But David held out for his favorite team. In 1988, David Beckham signed with soccer powerhouse Manchester United. At 14, he began training with the team during breaks from school. And by 16, he left home to train full-time. Beckham helped lead the team to victory. While David established himself as a star on the playing field, Victoria Adams struggled to capture the limelight.
Victoria, like hundreds of other hopefuls, read the trade magazines every week, and one day an advert caught her eye. It was for...
Victoria made the cut, along with Melanie Brown, Jerry Halliwell, Melanie Chisholm, and Michelle Stevenson, who was later replaced by Emma Bunton. Together, they dove headfirst into pop star boot camp under the group name Spice. Then, in 1996, Beckham pulled off an amazing feat.
Scoring from the halfway line, it does that fantastic goal.
Well, people went nuts. Very few guys will try it because it looks really bad if you don't score it.
It hadn't been done. Pelé tried it back in 1970 and he didn't actually achieve it. And all of a sudden, it was the buzzword on everyone's lips. It was David Beckham.
With a history-making goal under his belt, David was on his way to soccer stardom. Meanwhile, Victoria Adams and her girl group Spice connected with music mogul Simon Fuller. Fuller changed their name to the Spice Girls and started hustling.
It's hard to express just how much of a phenomenon the Spice Girls were. You couldn't get into a cab without hearing the tune Wannabe from the radio. You couldn't open a newspaper without seeing them. Fame just came at them all.
When Victoria landed fame by the Spice Girls, all the dreams had come true for her. Suddenly everybody knew who she was. So all the bullies at school, all the people that had been nasty to her, she would deliberately stop them, and I didn't blame her.
By February 1997, their debut album titled Spice sold 6 million copies in the US. Suddenly, the Spice Girls were the biggest selling female pop group in the world. That's when soccer stud David Beckham developed a major crush.
David Beckham first was aware of Victoria when he saw a video for Say You'll Be There, in which she was dressed in a leather catsuit, and consequently thought, I quite like the look of that.
And he said, I want to meet her. She's great. Britain, soccer stars have become the new celebrities. David has that X factor. He has got charisma, he has got talent, and he's got sex appeal.
It's hard to really describe the brand of David and Victoria. I think they're very well marketed, well branded.
Sports, fashion, music, and entertainment. Victoria and David Beckham are no longer just a Brit obsession. They're poised to make their mark on Hollywood and the US.